Tyler, is it really true that you can triple and quadruple profit on a lease option versus a rental?
Yes, sir.
Guys, today we're gonna dig in and find out whether that is true or not. All of my landlords, beware. Your days of landlording might be over.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Okay, so I've got Tyler Bennett here who represents Align. It's a nationwide, first of its kind property management company that specializes in lease options. And why did you decide to go to war against all property management companies with this lease option product?
First and foremost, so we can help investors make the money that they should be making, because what we realized, Kris, is vacancies, repairs, tenant turnovers are eating into profit more than they should be. And so we wanted to come up with a solution to optimize and maximize profits.
I'm gonna give you guys a quick example so you understand what we're talking about here. I'm gonna grab my friendly rental here that we're gonna convert into a lease option. And if you own real estate or if you've ever done a rental before, this is gonna connect very powerfully. I've got here $20,000 because often when a family moves into this doing a lease with an option to purchase, they're not just doing the first and last month's rent and money that you have to give back to them anyway. They often give you $10, $15, or $20,000. And this money, is this like refundable?
No. It's yours to keep. So one, you get it in your own personal economy during the term of the lease.
Yeah.
So call it 24 months.
Okay.
If they elect to buy it, it gets applied towards the purchase price.
Yeah.
In the event that they don't buy it, which happens more often than not, you get to keep it.
Okay, so to be really clear, I'm going to collect $10,000 to $20,000 on average up front just for starting the deal. Next, we got to talk about cash flow. A typical property in today's market might produce $200 or $300 a month of cash flow.
Correct.
And frankly, sometimes less.
Yeah.
But you're doing deals where you're seeing $700, $800, or even $1,000 of cash flow. So I've got here $10,000, which essentially represents 12 months of $800 of cash flow, which is way more than a typical rental. So imagine in year one getting 10 grand, year two getting 10 grand, year three 10 grand, year four 10 grand, year five 10 grand. I now have my 10 to 20,000 up front. Over 5 years, I've got $50,000 of positive cash flow after I paid all my bills. And then if you hold that house for 5 years, this last stack represents appreciation. Tyler, you know something about this because you've transacted over $1 billion of real estate in some of the hottest appreciating markets nationwide. I got $80,000 here. When you're talking about a $200,000 or $300,000 house over a 5-year period of time, have we ever seen real estate increase 70 or 80 grand?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So guys, when you take all of this and stack it together, this is the kind of money that you can make with a lease option that you can't with a rental. But what I want to do, Tyler, and the reason why I brought you in is because I want you to show us actual deals. And what we're going to do is a side-by-side comparison of what does a rental look like on a pro forma, meaning the money that I project and hope to make, and what does it look like with a lease option? And bottom line, can I really actually make 3 times more money? Let's find out. All right, this is an actual live home that I own that was a rental, and then I said, Tyler, I want your team to convert it to a lease option, and I don't want to deal with it. I just want you to take care of that for me, and that's exactly what Tyler and his team did. Tell me first about how this property looked as a rental, because you can see there's a property in Florida. It's a new build of 2025. It's 1,453 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and the cash on cash ROI was not super exciting. We were sitting at 4.85%. That means of the investment that I had to put down to buy this property, that is what my return looks like on my investment every year with just rental cash flow, not lease option cash flow.
Yeah. So we're going to focus on a couple numbers, and I'm going to show you what we converted this over to, Kris. First and foremost, the monthly rent of $1,875 and the monthly cash flow of $413.
Okay, so $413 a month, and that's on a, I would say on a good day, maybe because when you get a call and then something breaks and then something needs to be fixed and then the tenants moved out and then you got to get new ones in, all of a sudden it's like, where'd my cash flow go? That's the problem with the rental when your cash flow is only $200 or $300 or $400 a month, is that as long as everything goes great, it feels good. But the moment it doesn't, you financially feel it hard.
Yeah, and we have year 2, that cash flow going down because the warranty expired. You might turn the tenant, right? Your repairs and vacancies start to kick in, and then it starts to go down. Should we look at what the lease option did?
100%.
Okay, rent went up $375. We targeted $400, we got $375, okay? And we collected, and we're using a conservative number here, Kris, a $5,000 down payment. Now, you and I know $10,000, $20,000 is very realistic. We're showing this at $5,000.
And at $5,000, that amortizes out to several hundred extra dollars a month. But if it had been a $10,000 or a $15,000 down payment,
Even more.
even more. But now my cash flow went from $400 and something to $1,121.
Yeah.
Which is almost a 3x on this property, which is really, really impressive.
Yeah, because that cash on cash ROI that was at 4.5 or 4.75 is now 13.
Yeah.
So it really tripled on what your cash on cash ROI is.
So here's what's interesting. Guys, when I buy my nationwide real estate, Florida is one of 5 markets that Tyler and I invest in because we get way better than average appreciation. This home in 5-7 years is going to be worth tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars more is what we hope and project. But that cash flow number of $200, $300, $400 a month, which is so constant and pervasive, is what becomes the troublemaker and drains the account when the unexpected things show up. But that is not the case when you're producing $1,100 a month. Like the reality is like $1,000 a month cash flow. That's more than an extra $10,000 a year of profit that just passively comes to you, as opposed to playing a landlord where you've got to be actively involved in the game.
Yeah, and one more thing to add to this is the average term of this is 24 months.
Yeah.
And so in the event that the tenants don't buy it, year 3, you get that insertion again, right? The rents stay the same. You still get that gap, but you get another down payment. Year 5, you get another down payment. And each time that turns, we can analyze market conditions and determine, do we do this again?
Yeah.
Do we convert to a normal rental? Do we sell and go buy in a different market? But it gives us options every single time that thing turns.
We're gonna do one more quick example just to show you how powerful this is. Okay guys, here's example number 2. This is an actual rental of mine in Tennessee. It's been rented out for the last 3 years. We just converted it over to lease option using the nationwide lease option company. So this is a house that I paid $325,000 for. It's a 2022 1,900 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It's been a good investment, and it was doing typical things that rentals do because my cash flow on this was sitting right around $215 a month. Let me tell you, someone farts and you're in trouble. Like $215 is just not a lot to cover the things, but we converted this over to lease option. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and based on timing in the market's been pretty flat since 2022, right? We bought this towards the end of 2022, right during the COVID run up, then rates all of a sudden started going up and it's been kind of flat.
Well, and my cash on cash ROI is sitting at 3.17%, which is, it doesn't scream exciting to an investor. The growth in this market and the long-term hold is going to be great, but it's just like, I want to feel it every month in my pocketbook and I'm not.
And how do we get more cash flow and profit along the way while we wait for that appreciation and growth to happen?
So do you have a guess on what happened to $215? What do you think the lease option got it up to? Well, let's find out.
Let's look. There it is, Chris. What is it?
$999. Sounds like a fake number. It brings my cash on cash literally up to 10.93. That's more than a quadrupling.
Yeah.
So in the first example, we saw a near tripling. Now we're seeing more than a quadrupling. And that's the pattern that I find with lease options is on this one, how much did we end up collecting upfront on this one?
$5,000 again.
So we got $5,000 of upfront money that we've got on this deal. And if you look at what happened to the increased rents and the cash flow, I'm killing it now making $1,000 a month on this thing versus $200. You know, when you're making $200 a month, you keep it in the bank as like a reserve for when something bad happens. But when you're making $1,000 a month, it's like, oh, I can take $700 or $600 off the table every month and still keep good money in the bank account and feel great. But here's the thing, you don't even need a reserve because the person that is now in this home is planning on taking care of it until they can buy it.
Yeah, and you still have all the other profit centers working for you. You're still paying down principal on the loan. You still get depreciation and the tax benefits, and you still get all the upside appreciation.
So everything sounds great about a lease option, but there is a catch. And the catch is the only real way to sell a lease option is the owner or the investor needs to sell it on their own. And that's asking a lot for someone that said, hey, I didn't ask to be a landlord, or maybe I did, but I don't want to learn a new skill, or I just don't want to be the guy. And so historically, if you can't perform the lease option on your own, you are up a creek without a paddle. There's no one to help you out on that until now. Tell them about Align.
Yeah. Well, and it's a lot more work than people realize because how do you determine where you set rents? How do you determine how much you credit towards principal for those tenants? how does that compare to if they were going to buy that house? And does it make sense for them to buy now or lease now and buy later? How to structure down payments, how to make sure they have the right insurance in place, and all these different items that have to, this checklist that you have to go through to do all of this. And really, Kris, is technology.
Yeah.
What we've learned is a property manager, whether they're 10 minutes away or 10 states away, they're managing the property with technology.
Yeah.
And then they're deploying local assets as needed. And so we've been able to build the local asset base, the right handyman, the right repair people, the right preferred vendors, all of that. And so we can do this from anywhere.
Yeah.
And we can market, we can do virtual tours, and we can also require the tenants to submit proof of changing the filters, do video and picture walkthroughs so we can make sure the condition is being upkept. And all of this can be done remotely with a lot of proprietary and developed out and customized software, AI integration, just all these tools that we can now implement. And these weren't available to us 15 years ago.
No,
when we
they
were doing
weren't.
this.
No, they weren't.
So we can only do it in our backyard.
And this is a really exciting development because the majority of my real estate portfolio is not in Utah where I live. And so whether you own real estate where you live, whether you own it as a rental out of state, or whether you've wanted to build a portfolio and just haven't felt the confidence of stepping into that game, click the link below and explore what it looks like for us to team up and work together to acquire the right kind of deals and convert your existing rentals into far more profitable lease options.